people are also joining in now. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Yes. Yes.
Great. So thanks everyone. Thank you for joining in. This is a great session today. The weather is out also is really good. And here we are with one more TMI webinar. We are going to, the title of the webinar is Let Us Relearn to Manage Stress. We have been knowing some or other way. Our knowledge is discrete and we are trying to manage the stress the way we can. But this is the time when we need to unlearn and relearn how to manage the stress. Today we have Dr. Roopam Gosain with us. Madam Roopam Gosain is an expert in the subject. She is a well-known speaker in academia as well as she has been conducting various sessions in different corporates and different communities like us and with various institutes. So thanks, madam. Thanks for taking out the time for our community and sharing your views. I would also like to take a moment and request Murthy sir to
Yes.
introduce Madam Roopam Gosai. Over to you, Murthy sir.
Oh, acha, very pleasant task you have given me. Okay, let me see if let me try whether I can switch on my video camera because
Yes, sir.
I think it seems to work. Just give me a minute. Okay,
Okay. Yes,
right.
yes. Great,
Uh,
great.
Good evening. Good evening to all. Good evening to TMI group. Thank you, Chintan, and welcome Dr. Roopam Gosain.
Thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Roopam has been my colleague, and we were together for so many years now. And Dr. Roopam has been a faculty at ITM Business School, and she basically comes from the communication background. But over a period of years, she has switched over to the marketing communication, which is a logical progression from business communication to the marketing communications. And she has done a lot of research. In fact, that is how we call her Dr. Roopam because she has completed a PhD recently. And Dr. Roopam brings a lot of enthusiasm, energy, and drive into the class. And she is very popular among the students. And of course, because what happens is she is able to connect with them even before they join the college. She has been conducting we have the marketing seminars where our faculty goes to various colleges before they complete their graduation and tell them about the values and objectives of higher education and how a postgraduate program can help their career and their personal life. And Dr. Roopam has been one of the most traveled and expert faculty in that area. And I think she must have addressed thousands of students over the last so many years. And so, the moment they join, they all can recognize her because they have seen her even before they have joined the college. So that is how she brings a lot of value to the whole system. And of course, she teaches various subjects in communications, marketing, and market research and other subjects. And Dr. Roopam has got two lovely kids. Both of them are employed, doing very well. That's true. And Mr. Roopam is also very active. And so, very briefly about Dr. Roopam. I jokingly call Mr. Roopam. Because in our college, 95% of the faculty are females. So we don't know their husband's name. So we call Mr. Vedi and Mr. Roopam, Mr. Prachi. Just to add a little bit of humor to the start of the program, right? So with these few words, I think I'll hand over to Chinta and all the best to Dr. Roopam. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
Murthy
much.
sir, and over to you, madam. All.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a brilliant introduction. I'm totally overwhelmed myself today. Thank you. It feels so good, honestly. And imagine, I'm so happy today, but I'm going to talk about a subject which is stress. Guys, good evening to all of you who are going to be with this short journey that we take together to understand what is stress and how do we manage stress. Good evening and welcome. Before I start, I request everyone to mute their mics. And whenever you want to speak, that is the time you may unmute yourself. Thank you so much. Uh, okay, I'm going to start with a quote.
Madam,
Just
you
listen
will
to
have
it.
to look at your mobile. Sorry to distribute. You will have to look
Okay.
at your mobile while you speak because we are
Yes, yes.
using the other
Sorry.
camera.
Actually, sir. Actually. Sorry, sir. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, I'm going to start with a quote today. I stress about stress before there's even stress to stress about. I repeat, I stress about stress before there's even stress to stress about. Then I stress about stressing over stress that doesn't need to be stressed about. I hope you got what it says, that stress is all around me. But do I really have to stress on the stress that is there? Let me start sharing a picture with you. I'm going to show a picture to you which depicts two dolphins. They are jumping out of the water. The dolphins are absolutely identical. This is a closely studied scientific study that has revealed that in spite of the fact that the dolphins are identical, people under stress would find differences. Okay? And the more differences you find, that means the more stressed you are. I'm going to show you the picture. Look at the picture. Is the picture visible, sir?
I think we are able to
No, not yet. It's yet to
share it.
come up.
It's not visible?
We have to share the screen. Presentation.
Yes, yes, sir. That is what I'm doing.
Whole window.
1 second.
You go to the present now, whole window. Take a look.
Do one thing, just open that
1 second, 1
presentation
second, sir.
and display.
Hello? Yes, now we are able to see your screen.
Yes, we are able to see the screen.
Yes.
Share.
Yes. I wanted to keenly observe the picture, and as I said, these are two dolphins which are jumping out of the water, and they are absolutely identical. Okay, and if you're finding differences in them, then definitely you are stressed. Okay.
I couldn't see any dolphin.
Okay. that is what my question was. How many of you found differences?
Too much stress in the too much
Can you
stress.
share the
Also,
screen again? Roopam, can you share the screen again?
Yeah,
okay, sir.
dolphin is.
I'll do that again.
Because I saw a cow.
You saw a cow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so many
two cow.
differences. Now, sir, okay. Now what happens is,
Dolphin.
okay, I'll tell you. Just give me a chance to finish. Now, if
Ro-
you are seeing two different things, that is, you are not able to see identical pictures, that means we are stressed and we all need a vacation. Okay? Apparently, even I need a vacation because that was a cow and a dolphin.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
That is a good fun.
So what are your travel plans? Because we all need vacations. My travel plans for this week are, I'm going to go to the window, to the wall, then I might go to the hall.
Oh,
I don't know what your travel plans are. Okay, this is all we are doing at home at present. Our travel plans, to the window, to the hall, to the wall, and sometimes we enter different rooms. That is what is happening. Okay, now let me start sharing the presentation with you. Is my presentation visible, sir?
yeah, I can see the screen.
Madam. Yes, madam. Can you just click on the middle where it's written hide? So it will hide that line actually. I just clicked on the hide. Yes. Thank you so much, madam.
Okay. Once again, let me start with a small presentation today, which I've made for you, which talks about stress management. I've divided it into three parts. The first is the context, that is section 1. Here I'm going to show you some pictures. Okay? These are some moments in our lives. Let's start experiencing them. Now I want you to close your eyes and feel your emotions after seeing these pictures. Because these are some scenarios where somewhere we have gone through these phases in our lives. Right? So just close your eyes and feel your emotions and take a minute to write about your emotions in just 2 lines if you're having a paper and pen with you.
Can we write in the chat window so you'll have a visibility?
Sir, it is for you.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
discuss that later.
Okay. Okay.
These are your emotions that you need to talk about. Okay? So you need to, after watching those 5 pictures, what are your emotions? What are you feeling? And just write them down in just about a line or so. May I go to the next slide?
So, Roopam, can I say?
Think of all the times.
Yeah. Can I say?
Yes, yes. Think of all the times, sir, you felt like this in
So,
your
I'm
life
just
ever.
experimenting. I may be wrong. So, these are
Yes.
moments of
No.
conflict,
Yes.
isolation,
Yes.
dejection,
Yes.
rejection,
Absolutely. Yes.
and maybe compassion.
Abs yes, could be. And what are your feelings for this? Okay, think of the times you felt like this in your life, that you may have felt sometimes rejected, dejected, sad, left out. These are moments that we have experienced. Now let's look at some more pictures. Now again, I want you to do the same exercise. Just close your eyes and feel your emotions. After seeing these 5 pictures, now think of all the times you felt like this in your life. Anyone would like to share?
Yeah, can I speak, Roopam?
Yes, please.
One,
Yes,
one is
please.
when the child is born free, not knowing what is stress and what is
Correct.
happiness. Second is when you get a good friend,
Yes,
a partner.
absolutely.
When you get the
Yes,
result or when you get some degrees you enjoy, that is how the pictures were depicting.
yes,
Right?
yes,
Okay.
correct. And what were your feelings when you saw these pictures? Now just compare your emotions after seeing the first 5 pictures and the last 5 pictures. We saw the first 5 pictures and then we saw these pictures just now. Can you compare your emotions when you live through such scenes in your life? And then just tell me, what are you thinking now? After you've compared your emotions, what are you thinking now at present? Yeah, can somebody talk? What are your feelings? What are you thinking now after comparing your emotions?
Yeah, I think life is having
Yes, sir.
both happiness and negative moments, like katamita.
Hmm.
So life is not life is good. I mean, life is not full if you don't have both happiness and sad moments.
Okay, those are your thoughts now, sir, right?
Yes.
Correct. So
Anybody else? Yeah.
let's go. Anybody else who would like to talk about, what are your thoughts at present? So, sir, there says there's still more to go. Sir, your energy, wow. Anyone else?
Somebody else. Somebody
Okay,
wants to see
we go to
the
the
first 5 pictures again. Snehal.
anyone is going to say something, or should I go to the next slide?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah,
Yes.
may I? Hello. May I say
Yes,
something,
we
please?
can hear you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, please go
If
ahead.
you compare the first 5 pictures and the last 5 pictures, in the first 5 pictures, every picture
Correct.
there was a feeling of loneliness because the picture is with someone alone. But in the last 5 pictures, everything is shared. Like there's a group of
Okay.
people getting their degree, there's a person meeting a friend, there's a baby who's born. Every time there is shared something. I believe there's a feeling
Okay.
of positivity when you are with someone, and there's a feeling of negativity when you're alone.
Okay. So what are you thinking now? What are your thoughts?
Um,
What do you feel?
I genuinely don't know, but yeah, this is just something that came across my mind, that when you're with someone, things just turn out to be nice and positive just because there is someone.
So, okay. 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 Great. Great. Let's go ahead. Now let's start understanding what stress is. We're going to talk about types of stress. We speak about three kinds of stress. There is acute stress, episodic acute stress, and chronic stress. Now, what is acute stress? Acute stress is a short-lived stress, Suddenly some work comes, a lot of work, you're piled with work and you feel stressed out. Array, how am I going to finish this? This generally happens with us teachers when we get the correction bundles. Oh, that is a nightmare for us. How will we finish when we have a deadline for submission? Correct? But these are short-lived. I know I will finish it somehow. But that is the time you take a lot of stress in it. Or it could be any other situation. For that moment, maybe you have been wanting for the admission for your child. You've been going places. And that is the stress. And kahin to admission milega. Right? But that is the stress which is for a short time. Now, episodic acute stress says that you suffer acute stress frequently. There are people who keep taking a lot of stress. And this becomes a habit that anxiety builds up in them always. It could be two people have come to your house, then also there is anxiety. Array, now what do I do? There are two people. Doesn't matter. Things will definitely work out. But this is anxiety that we keep building up even for small things. And this becomes a habit with us, right? The third is a chronic stress. Chronic stress is a very prolonged stress. You live with that for some time. It could be months, it could go into years also. And this generally happens with the external factors, right? Maybe it could be an illness, maybe some failures, maybe it could be anything that could lead to a prolonged stress in your life. Now, exactly what is stress? Now, stress is simply a reaction to a stimulus. I repeat, it is a reaction. So, whose reaction is this? It is my reaction to a stimulus. Correct? 10 people may be getting the same stimulus, and everyone will have a different reaction to that. Why? And it is my reaction that is going to disturb my physical or my mental equilibrium. So basically, stress, guys, is within us. How am I going to handle this stress? Because what is going to be my reaction to this? Right? Now, for example, I gave you the examination comes and we get bundles to correct. There'll be people who will be burning the midnight lamp at the end. There'll be other people who have timed their work so well that they do it. They do part of it and they are done with it on time. So it is how you are going to react to a situation. So everything is within you. Now, what are causes of stress? There are external causes, as I told you. It could be a failure, it could be losing a job, it could be, maybe some ill health, a death in the family, whatever. An internal, which I keep building in me. A small thing, and I make, I don't know how many stories and keep disturbing myself. It could just trigger from something, a small comment when somebody passed on you. And we will stretch that as if it's nobody's business. and keep disturbing ourselves. It could be just a small comment. Oh, today you're not looking nice. How dare she say that? Has she seen her face herself? We keep building these things up in us. And this leads to a lot of anxiety. And then we feel everyone in this world is only against us. Correct? Now we need to identify and list the factors that cause stress. What is it that really brings in stress? Is it people coming to your house? It is your workload? It is the scenario in the office, you can't get along with people? Or is it, I don't know, you don't like the food that you're getting to eat? This could also be stressful, right? So what is it that causes stress for you? Guys, this will need a little introspection. You need to ask yourself, if you're stressed now, why am I stressed? What is it that has stressed me out today? Right? So a little introspection, and definitely you'll come out with a list of factors that actually have disturbed you and disturb you very often. Okay? Stress management. Now, how do I manage stress? Everyone has a different way of managing stress. So let me share a small interesting anecdote here. Now, this is a conversation between a doctor and a patient. So the doctor asked the patient that, what do you do when you're stressed out? So the patient, with a very blank look, looks at the doctor and says, I go to the temple. So the doctor is very happy. So he says, wonderful, you go to the temple. That means you will find peace over there. You may be meditating. So the patient just looks at the doctor and says, no, not at all. I don't meditate over there. So the doctor is pretty perplexed at this. He says, you don't meditate in a temple, then what do you do? The patient says, I go there, I mix up all the shoes outside and watch people more stressed than me, and my stress goes up. So this guy is a prankster. For him, de-stressing himself means he's going to play a prank on somebody. Now, everyone will have solutions to de-stress yourself. What are yours? How are you going to de-stress yourself? Let's find out. We'll talk about it later. So you keep noting down how will you de-stress yourself so that we'll have something to talk about. So now there are two kinds of stress. There is good stress and also there is bad stress. Good stress is always, which keeps you motivated to do work. I have to finish this. I have to rise up the ladder. For that, I need to do this. So you keep pushing yourself because you want to reach a place where you've been looking to. And you're not disturbed at that. You don't get irritated with that. But you take a lot of stress to be there. But bad stress is when you can't stop worrying. Now, worry could be just that your child hasn't reached home. Okay? And you keep worrying. Oh, why didn't he call up? What happened? I'm trying to call up. My child is not picking up the call. What is it? And the thoughts keep multiplying in our head, and the worry keeps growing and growing and growing. And we are always overwhelmed, with such thoughts. So we need to deal bad stress. How to deal with bad stress? Now, the instant solution is this breathing technique, which is known as the square breathing. We can all try it now if you would like to. You need to inhale at the count of 4. Then you need to hold your breath, count of 4. Then you'll exhale, count of 4. And again, you'll hold your breath before you inhale again. Would you like to do this exercise for at least 3 rounds?
Yes, let us do that. Yes,
okay,
let us do that.
Okay, sir. So we'll start.
Yes,
We'll exhale first, count of 4. Then we'll hold that breath, count of 4. Then we will exhale, count of 4. Then again we will hold our breath before we inhale again. We'll do 3 rounds like this. Okay? Then we will see a little difference in us. Can we start? Please sit straight in your chairs wherever you're sitting so that your back is straight. We start. 1, 2, 3. I'm sure you felt nice after this breathe in, breathe out technique. Another instant solution is a natural solution is to eat well and sleep well. Sleep means you need to have a good night's sleep, not a good day's sleep. Right? So night you need to get at least 6.5 hours to 7 hours if you are good enough, 7 hours, but not more than that. Between 6 and 7 hours is very good sleep if you can sleep well. And eat healthy. Try to eat as healthy as you can, which is going to help you. These are some natural solutions which are going to help you. Now let's look at a systematic solution. These are the 4 A's that I'm going to talk about. What to avoid, what to alter, what to accept, and what to adapt to. There are things that we can avoid in life. There are things that we need to alter in life. Some things we have to live with. We have to accept such things. And somewhere we need to adapt ourselves. Now, what can we avoid? Now, what we as teachers see, that students for the first class, when you take the first lecture, they are perpetually late. Come what may. They are always running for their life because they will not get attendance if they are late. Why does this happen? And the only excuse that you get is, ma'am, there is so much of traffic. Ma'am, I did not get the bus or the auto, whatever. Do you think these are problems which have no solutions? Definitely there are solutions. I need to understand that if every day I am reaching late for work, definitely I'm going wrong somewhere. Either my observation is wrong, that my traveling time cannot increase every day. That means I need to start early. So the solution is, if I start 10 minutes early, I will be able to reach my destination on time. Right? So I can avoid being late if I find a solution to this problem. Another thing is, avoid people who bother you. There are people around you who are so negative in life. They are not at all empathetic. The moment you open your mouth and say, today, I have this problem, they will come out with 10 problems of their own. Instead of giving you a solution to your problem, they will burden you with the 10 of their problems. So what has happened is, a little negativity has multiplied into a lot of negativity. Correct? So such people we need to distance ourselves from, who cause a lot of jaw drop, they bring in a lot of tension. Let's be away from them as far as possible. Another thing we need to learn to say is N or no, which people don't want to say. Guys, we need to understand we cannot please this world. And I'm not here to please the world. Correct? Somewhere I have to put my foot down. I have to say, no, I cannot do this. And if you want me to do this, I need so and so and so provisions. So please say no is no taboo. But how you say that, that is a part of communication. Maybe I'll talk about it another day with you. So as I said, you cannot be everywhere. If you're everywhere, you can never do justice to anything in life. So say no. Another thing is you need to make a to-do list. Guys, it really works. I don't know how you people do it, but with me, it has really worked. Every morning, I make a to-do list, which is divided into three: the A, the B, and the C. Now, A is absolute priority that needs to be finished that day. Sometimes the A list is small, sometimes it is big. The B list remains where you have a little, you need to keep shuffling between these lists to finish your work. So for this, guys, time management stands very important. Are you sticking to your time? Are you doing it according to it? Now, if in my priority list for today, I have two chores. Okay, the first chore is going to take about an hour. The second may take a little longer than that. Right? My B list is a little longer. So in that time which I've given to my A, there is time remaining. I shouldn't waste that. From the list in B jumps into A, and I must finish that work. So that, guys, you are not stressed with your job. You are managing your time and you're doing your work also. And sometimes what happens, your A list is very long. So you can ditch the C part because that has overtaken the C. And you know there is time for C. Maybe tomorrow, because A you have done, maybe tomorrow priority will be lesser, you'll be able to function more on the C. That is how you manage it. It once again depends upon person to person, but with me, this to-do list has really worked very well. Alter. Yes, a priorities list, you need to understand that your list of priorities, if it is long, your C list will become shorter than. Because every day your priorities will not be that much. If you keep doing it every day, that is what I mean to say. Now, what can I alter? One example I would like to give here is today we all work in open office scenarios. And you know, we have people around us who make a lot of noise, correct? Which is very disturbing. You may talk on the phone loudly with your, family, which is not done. So I need to tell people that please, if you would go out and talk to your family, it will be much better. But it doesn't mean that I talk there only. No. I also need to step out to talk on personal calls. So we can respectfully change our behavior as well as our colleagues to alter something. Communicate your feelings openly. Your boss may give you a lot of work. So please tell your boss, yeah, I'm not denying, I will not say no to this work, but I need time for this. And I need people to help me for this. As your deadline is small, I need people to help me. But I will do this. So voice your opinions. It's nothing wrong to say something like that. Manage your time. Once again, I come to that. Managing times. Please do not procrastinate at work. Yes, it happens. We are all humans. We tend to do it. But we need to avoid these things. Another thing, people love to talk. When you're sitting together, there's so much to share with each other. But you're deep into something and somebody comes and wants to have a chat with you, it's good enough to tell them, see, I have only 5 minutes to talk to you. Will you be able to finish in 5 minutes? If not, then we can just chat over lunch when we sit for lunch. Because at this time, I am busy. I need to finish this work. I don't think so. There's anything wrong when you see this. You are deep into something, finish your work, and once again, you've learned how to say no to somebody. Accept. There are things which we have to accept. There are circumstances, there are situations that come in our life we cannot run away from. That is the time you need to talk to somebody whom you can unburden yourself with. Talking to somebody who's empathetic with you, who understands you, will make a lot of difference. And definitely you feel much lighter when you speak to somebody. Practice positive talk. It's very important to be very positive in life because one negative leads to another. Once again, I'm giving more of teacher examples because I have been teaching for so long and have been students with such a long journey. Uh, you know, there have been instances where a child has been very dejected. Why? Because the beginning, one failure of the child, and everyone was behind him. Tum nikamme ho, tumse kuch nahi ho sakta, you are useless, you're good for nothing. And that child starts living with this. So one negative has led to so many negatives in his life. Why? Why couldn't I find a solution at that time? You cannot be excellent in everything, but you cannot be the worst at everything as well. Correct? So I can work hard to come up to some level. I may not be come to the perfectionist level, but yes, I can come to the passing level at least. So never let your negative thoughts build in you. Never let people deter you from doing something in life. Always think of the positive. Yes, of course, if I put in a little effort, I'm sure I can do it. Learn from your mistakes. Very important, because the more you learn, the better you become. And I missed a point, forgiveness. It's so nice to forgive people. So very difficult tasks. We are mortals, we are humans. For us, forgiving somebody is not easy. But if we learn to forgive people, you feel so light and so happy. Try it once. I'm sure you feel a difference in you. Adapt. Adapt to situations. Again, once again, I go back to everything cannot be done to the perfection. If I keep aspiring for everything, now when I study, I may be brilliant in 3 subjects, but I may be just average at 2. Correct? It's okay. I cannot be everywhere. I need to understand this. Right? If I'm good in language, I may not be good in physics. But it is not that I'm getting bad scores. I may be getting a 60, 60 plus. It's okay. I cannot get a 90 plus and a 95 plus in every. Yeah, today kids are getting, I don't know how. That is another debate that is could happen. But we cannot be there everywhere. So let's understand that always do not strive for perfection. Do it well. Practice thought stopping. Gloomy thoughts. Stop building gloomy thoughts in you. Because they keep replaying, in your mind and keep disturbing you, and your anxiety keeps building. Just shoo them away. Just remove them from your mind. Bring in positive instead. Again, at this time, you can do your deep breathing. You breathe in all the positives and you breathe out all the negatives. It helps. Reframe the issue. There are multiple solutions to a problem. If one solution doesn't work, it doesn't mean that's the end of the world. There are other solutions. Yeah, it'll take time, definitely, to find that solution, but the solution is definitely. So always remember, every problem has multiple solutions. And if one solution fails, there are others that are followed. Create an asset column means start think of the times where you have been very happy. When were you happy? What makes you happy? It could be a holiday that you've taken. It could be the moments with your child. It could be, reading a book that made you very happy, or watching a movie that made you very happy. It could be anything. Start living those memories at that time. Look at the bigger picture. Don't just think till here. Give it a bigger picture. After 1 year, is this going to count? No, people are going to forget everything. अरे लोग खून करके बराबर जिंदगी जीते हैं, right? After murdering people, they are living a wonderful life because people forget. So, is this small thing really going to disturb you till the end of your life? No. Let's give it a bigger picture. Anything anyone has to say before I go to the reflection and consolidation? Any input? Okay, thank you. Okay, now I'm going to talk about a visual imagery.
I just want to ask a question.
Yes,
Can I?
yes, sir. Yes, sir, definitely.
Yeah, ma'am, you mentioned one technique, which is the breathing technique,
Yes.
and the 4 A's also, which are very helpful. But along with that, can you suggest any other technique for the stress management and moving on from the stress for the time being?
Okay. I'm just going to do another exercise with you also, sir. Just go through that
Okay,
and
okay,
tell
not
me
an
if it
issue.
helps you. Otherwise, I'll come
Yeah,
back
yeah,
to your
definitely.
question. Yeah. I want all of you to close your eyes. I'm going to read a paragraph for you. Start visualizing what I'm reading. Give it a picture in your mind. Okay? Right? So please close your eyes and I'm going to read this out to you. See, in your mind's eye, a beautiful beach. The sun is shining warmly. The breeze coming from the ocean is soft and warm. Palm trees are overhead and a few seagulls circle about. Imagine walking barefoot in the warm sand. Feel your feet sink in the sand with each step. Walk towards the water's edge and let the water roll over your feet. Jump in the water. It is warm, gentle, and refreshing. Come out of the water and walk to your big beach towel. Lie down and relax. Rest for a while in all the peace and beauty surrounding you. Imagine how it looks, how it sounds, how it smells. Breathe in deeply the warm ocean air. Stay as long as you like. When you're ready to leave, go to the edge of the water and throw in anything that has been bothering you, anything you wish to be rid of in your life, anything you're feeling sad or angry about, anything you worry about. That means any problem is home, violence in the neighborhood, bullies, death of a loved one, issues with friends, etc., etc. Just throw them into the water. Picture it as a big rock, a chain, a heavy bag over your shoulders, or any image that helps you see it as undesirable. Throw it in the ocean as far as you can. Watch it sink and get taken by the waves. When the visit is done, Be thankful for the release of the burden, the problem, the worry. Then walk peacefully back through the warm sand and take a rest on your beach towel. Okay, come back. Could you visualize the situation I read out to you? How many of you could actually visualize? I didn't check. Could you please come back and talk to me?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. So could you visualize what I just read out to you?
Yeah, yeah.
Could you visualize? And did you do accordingly as I was reading?
Yes, ma'am.
You could do it. Do you feel a little better after this?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
It's more
Now see
relieving.
it is,
Yeah.
right? Now this visual imagery is a very, very powerful exercise that you can do. It could be anywhere you want to go. You may be liking the mountains. Okay, go to the
Yeah.
mountains. You are in the mountains, you are in Switzerland, on top of the mountain, enjoying the beautiful snowfall. And then you throw everything over there and come back. But after that, stop thinking about such things because they are not important for us. If anyone has hurt you, is that person important in your life? No. Most of the time, that person is never important enough. They are passing phases. People keep coming and going in your life. Who are the permanent ones? Your family. Your family needs to be with you always. The rest of the people, they keep coming and going. If they are friends, they will never hurt you. And if they do, you can always talk to them. Then why did you do this? Right? So try to do this visual imagery, which really works. But concentrate. When you're actually visualizing a picture, be there in it. Be a part of that picture. Yes? Yes. What is the question, sir?
Yeah, ma'am, the question is, let's say I
Yes, sir.
start visualizing this process and let's say I start throwing all my problems away.
Hmm.
Will I consciously make sure that the ones that I solve, I don't throw them away? Because if
If
that
you have
happens
solved,
and I forget everything, then I will
okay.
never grow.
No, no. See, there are problems. You've already found solutions to it. Then why would you throw them away? You've already worked on them. You know, these stress is
No,
not
the ones that I could.
the ones that you could find solutions, then that are already solved. No? They're already done with. They're behind you.
Hmm.
You get me? Right. I have already found a solution to my problem. I have finished that work.
Can I
Then why should
reframe
I
the
harp on it
question?
again and again?
No, no. Can I reframe the question?
Yes, please do,
Let's say
please
there is
do.
a certain problem that there is a
Yes.
solution available here is problem
Hmm.
ka, but I have not found it yet, and
Acha.
it is very difficult for me to
Okay.
find the solution to this particular problem. Now, if I do this technique and forget about this problem, then I'll never be able to find the solution.
No. Now it depends. What kind of a problem are you facing?
No, I'm not facing it. It's just
Is this problem leading to your build-up? Is it for your future that is going to help you rise? Then definitely you need to find this. That will be leading to your good stress because it is going to make you grow in life. That is a stress that is good stress where you find solutions to grow. But there are stupid problems that keep pulling us down. Those are the ones I have to throw.
okay. Thank you. Yeah,
You get me,
thank you.
sir? Oh, you're most welcome, sir. Welcome. Okay. So now the consolidation part is, guys, there's always going to be stress around us. Bills are going to keep coming. Work is always going to be there. We are always going to be piled up with work. But it is how you use your stress management skills that make the difference. By taking control of your thoughts, emotions, and environment, you are controlling your life instead of letting stress control you. Please read this line carefully. It is your life. It needs to be controlled by you. Stress cannot control you. If stress starts controlling you, then your end result is going to be very sad. So never stress, see that stress never becomes powerful in your life. You need to have that much power to throw away stress from your life, which is very important for your happiness. I'm going to tell you a small story before I end my session. Okay. The story goes like this, that once a lady hired a carpenter to restore her farmhouse. Now, the carpenter, when he came to work, he had a very, very rough day that day. He had a flat tire in the morning en route his journey. When he started his work, his electric saw could not move. It just stopped, it stuck. And whatever he tried to do, something was going wrong. The entire day went very bad for him. Finally, his truck wouldn't move, and he was very, very upset. So this lady decides to offer him a lift home. So she says, I'll drop you home. Doesn't matter. So the carpenter takes the offer and he sits in the car. An entire journey, the carpenter sits in absolute, like a stone, without moving, without uttering a word. On arriving at his home, he invites the lady inside his house to meet his family. As they were walking towards the front door, he pauses briefly at a small tree and he touched the tips of the branches with both his hands. After opening the door, the lady sees an amazing transformation in the man. This man, who was absolutely so grumpy, so dull, suddenly his face is wreathed with smiles. He hugs his kids, he hugs his wife, and it's all happiness around him. Afterwards, after meeting the family, when they're walking back to the lady's car, they pass the tree again. And curiosity gets the better of the woman, and she asks what she had seen, that why did you touch the tree? To which the carpenter replies, oh, that's my worry tree. I know I can't help having worries in the job, but one thing for sure, worries don't belong in the house with my wife and my children. So I just hang them up on the tree every night when I come home. Then in the morning, I pick them up again. Then he says, he continues, you know what is funny? The funny thing is that when I come out in the morning to pick them up, there aren't nearly as many as I remember hanging up in the night before. So guys, hang your worries and be happy in life. Hang your office worries outside your office. Never carry your office worries home. And hang your home worries outside your door when you're going to work so that you don't take your home worries to office. So happy at home, happy at work. Thank you so much. Any questions? I'm ready to take.
Uh, yes, definitely, madam. It is a thought-provoking session. We are trying to, digest the content as well as introspecting and trying to gauge that what we should do differently, and kind of realizing that yes, there are certain things uh, each one of us needs to practice. So that is where I could see the kind of silence right now. And definitely, thank you so much for a great insightful session. The floor is open for question and answer. So kindly put on your camera while you are asking the question so that at least we'll be able to see each other face to face. So who'd like to go first? Kajal?
Yes, hi, Shahid
Hi.
this side.
Yes,
Yeah,
hi.
Thank
Shahid,
you,
go ahead.
doctor, to explain it very well
Thank you.
and in a good manner. I yeah, I need means I have one advice and one request to all of you since we are very closer
To communicate on a
and
common
as a group
platform like
request to
WhatsApp group
make a
and the other
group
chat box, so we can openly discuss these type of session, and later on if anyone needs to discuss, then they can discuss one to one and the open in the group. Yeah, thank you.
That Chintan sir has to decide.
Sure. So all of us are part of Shahid. All of us are part of a community called TMI Community. You are free to join the group, and this is where we discuss. So not only topic on this specific seminar, but there are other topics are also being discussed. Other members available here would be able to vouch for it. Yes, Harshad, would you like to share your feedback with Shahid? Harshad, if you can just unmute yourself and share your feedback about TMI community.
The TMI community always arranging best lectures. And
Harshad, we are not
last
able to hear you clearly. You'll have to speak
Asha,
a bit
you're not
louder.
clear.
Yeah, Kajal, you go ahead. Vasant, you can go ahead. Saurabh bhai.
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry the video is off. I'm out in
That's
the.
fine. Go ahead.
First of all, Roopam, ma'am. I just came to know that it's called ma'am and not sir. While I called my friend, the Manav, he's joined here. I had even till that time I was thinking, oh, it's sir who's performing. So yeah, that was a good surprise. And amazing insight. I love when very insightful thoughts are summarized in the best set of words, and just enough for the person to understand. And nothing
Thank you
to
so much.
exaggerate, nothing to lots of stories and the same thing beating the bush round and round again. Instead of going back just few words and the message is said and done. And it's really beautiful. I love your presentation.
Thank you.
I'm a very joyful person
Good.
technically, but yeah, those pictures did remind me some situations in life which have happened at some point in time, because of course life is not straight line, there are ups and downs.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I've taken the 4 A's
Okay.
from the seminar, and I hope to implement them in my life.
Wonderful.
All Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. In fact, this
You're always
would be very
welcome.
insightful for one of the YouTube channel that my friend is pitching. He's doing something on very similar concepts, and that's why I introduced him that he should definitely attend this. I don't know whether he's
Okay.
still there. Manav, are you there? Hello, Manav.
Yeah, hi, I'm right
Hi,
here.
hi.
My video is
Uh,
on.
yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
yes.
yeah. So,
So
so
my
Yeah, go
channel
ahead,
Chintan
is.
Manav. Keep the
sir.
video on. That's fine. Absolutely fine.
Yes, please.
It's fine.
Yes, of course. We
Okay.
would like to see you
uh,
when we talk to you.
Hi. Yeah.
Yeah, hi.
So I have a channel for the students only, because I myself am a CA student and I can understand what we go through, the
Okay.
stress, the time management, the relationship management part of
Mm-hmm.
it. So I'm trying to make a video. I try to make videos on it in podcast format, like
Okay.
like this when we talk. And I would love to have you on board because you yourself are a teacher and a psychologist. I
Definitely,
would love to have you on
definitely.
board, ma'am.
Oh, I would love to do it with you.
Thank you so
I
much.
would love to do it. You
Yeah.
can get in touch with me.
Yeah,
Chintan
thank
sir,
you.
Rupam ma'am, Manav
Yes.
has this beautiful initiative of being that one source for people who have nowhere to go. Like if some
Wow.
student, if some human is facing any kind of problem,
Hmm.
they can just they can just have a medium to express and communicate what's going on in their mind, and
Wonderful.
that was the agenda of his channel, and I really loved the concept, and I'm like, hey, listen, something similar is happening. Come join.
Yeah. So the idea is that people have anxiety and panic attacks before exams or after
Absolutely.
results, and
Yes,
they get
yes, yes.
super tense and they might do something wrong. And
Hmm.
I had a similar panic attack right before my exam, and I had someone to reach out to. So
Hmm.
I want to be that medium that people can reach out to me
Wonderful.
when you have no
That's a
one.
very
And that
good,
is the whole
very so
agenda of the
positive.
whole
Wonderful.
initiative.
Definitely, I'll be with you whenever you need me. You
Yeah.
can
If you
always get
can,
back to
yeah,
me.
yeah. Thank you
Yes,
so
Sally.
much.
Yeah.
Great, great
Manav,
initiative,
Chintan
Manav.
sir, you know, sir, Chintan sir, Manav already knows everything about you. Like, he's been my friend for some time, and he knows like how much I'm in awe about this community. TMI
तो
community
मानव
has
मानव हम लोग का गुरु एक ही है.
Sir, I
Yeah,
can't
thanks.
tell you, he does not stop talking about you.
Thank you so much for this words of appreciation. Let us go. Bijay, would you like to share your feedback? Chintan, Deepak, Arshad,
Yeah,
Indranil.
Chintan bhai, very informative and very touchy session. I can connect my examples Madam share with us, and I'm happy to attend this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. Thank you so much.
Jamsheed, Manoj, Nitin, Parvin, Pranal.
Yeah, sir. Can I speak?
Yeah, please.
Hello.
Yes, please,
If you can
please.
put on your cam.
Yeah, sir. Hold on a second.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Ragina call, Joshi sir, Rajit God, Madam is already
Hello.
there. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
So first of all, thank you for the arranging such a great seminar, webinar, and ma'am, thank you so much. I
You're
was just
welcome.
about to say the thing that Manav has already started doing. I was also about to ask that if we can be provided with the podcast of yours, so that it will be
Definitely.
very helpful. And Manav, cheers to you, bro. I'm also a serious CA student, and now that you have asked ma'am to be on the board, it would be a great journey to be having us all together. So, ma'am, definitely looking forward for the more sessions and the podcast through
Definitely.
Manav for all of us.
Definitely. That's my promise to you. I'll do it.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Great,
Thank you so
great.
much. Thank you so much,
Any
ma'am.
any feedback,
Thank
Sanjay
Thank you
Gupta
so
ji,
much, ma'am.
please, Sanjeevani.
Okay, good evening to everyone.
Good
This is
evening.
Ragini
Good
here.
evening. Good evening,
Thank,
Ragini.
thank you, Rupam. It was really wonderful.
What a
During this
pleasure you could
pandemic,
make it.
during this pandemic, taking this topic was really, it means a lot to everyone. I really enjoyed it, and the example, the presentation was beautiful. So
Thank you
keep it
so
up.
much.
You are
Thank
having students support, carry on this stress management, which is very important during this
Yes.
pandemic period. All the best for the whole team. Thank you, Rupam.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Ragini.
everyone.
Thank you, Gupta ji, Sanjeevani, Saurabh bhai. Shahid has already shared his feedback. Shahid, would you like to share anything, ask anything?
Yes, sir. Actually, you have committed that the drone lecture will be happen soon. Is there any plan for the new lecture for drone?
New lecture, or you
Means
mean to say the recording?
announcement, the further means in associated with the last lecture.
Okay, the next level. Yeah, definitely. So we will have to wait for maybe a month or two because our speakers are busy, and maybe in December, January, we will have one more round of additional information on drones.
Or like about the new technology about the India deployment like hyperloop or the bullet trains or the any others new technology which need to be implemented in coming days in India or anywhere
Sure,
in the
definitely, definitely. So I'm in touch with someone to conduct a session on quantum compute. I'm in touch with someone for certain other technologies also. So
country.
definitely stay tuned for our webinars, and you would get. So there is definitely a pipeline of sessions.
Because it was very supportive and help us to to grow individually as well as the professionally and for the you know come along with the new technology. It is very beneficial to grow as a perfect professionals. So
Definitely, yes, yes, sure, sure. We're there with you, and yes, the things are in pipeline, but you'll have to give us some time. Like I mean, right now we are deciding sessions for the month of October, so that is where I'm able to share certain things with you. Next week, for the information of everyone, we are going to have a session on mind map. How can you increase your memory and how can you remember a lot of things and how you can memorize and develop your memory. Last week we had excellent session on velocity reading. How can you read one book a day or maybe complete two books in a week? So these are the tricks and skill enhancement initiatives what we are undertaking. Let us move on back to the feedback part. Sanjeevni, Saurabh, Sudhakar, Sushil, Manav, Vasant.
Yeah, actually, we have means among all the age group person in this group. So means like time management, stress management. I mean the core personality development program means maybe conducted to grow our newcomers. It will be helpful for the new members and like on that age brackets specifically because you have most experienced leaders in these groups and you are the heading this group
Yes,
you
I thank you so much. Your feedback noted. Yes, I mean so definitely we look forward to for your regular attendance in various sessions. So feel free to attend our sessions. And yes, your feedback is noted. Definitely, we are planning. But looking at the mix, it may not be possible to address any individual's request. So we
yes
will
yes
have.
yes you can correlate
Can
the
I say
information
something?
and
Chintan
Yeah,
sir.
go ahead. Go ahead.
yes
Mr. Shahid, hi, Kajal here. Sir,
yeah
very well observed request, but the kind of seminars, because I've been associated with them for a while, the kind of webinars that are conducted here are not in-depth course studies. There are no kind of workshops. They are insights in the practical scenario, which does not matter whether you possess that kind of technical knowledge. A layman can enter and can understand right from scratch the kind of presentations these speakers hold. So, for example, I don't belong to the IT industry at all. I'm a total layman there. But every seminar that I've attended was a breakthrough knowledge for that particular topic, that particular concept. So I don't. The kind of request that you made is very well observed for a workshop type workshop conducted, but not in these seminars, which where just two friends we just come together and we talk our insights about it.
So there are. Let me share that in next year.
Kajal, actually, thank you very much. That's it is then an open idea to means discuss openly. However, the final decision made as per the requirement only. Yes,
Thank you
thank you.
so much. Let's move on, please, in the interest of time, because participants have started leaving. So we need to give them time to share their question queries, right?
Yes, yes,
And
please, please.
thank you so much. Thanks, Shahid. Let us move on. If anyone would wish to unmute themselves, ask any question to the speaker, please. Thank you, Joshi sir, for your feedback. Saurabh bhai. Yes,
Yeah, good
Madam Arpita.
night. Hello. Yeah, good evening. This is Arpita. Good evening,
Good
ma'am.
evening, good evening, Arpita. So lovely to
Excellent
hear
session.
you.
Very good, ma'am. Good to listen to you after a long time. As usual, excellent session. I was looking
Thank
for
you.
it when I came to know that this webinar was happening. Amazing, as usual. I just love the way you have taken the storytelling format of telling this or telling about the stress management, the storytelling concept you have chosen. I just love the activities which you have done. Actually, I was feeling that I was sitting just next to some beach or coastal area and just releasing my stress. So wonderful session, ma'am, and looking
Thank
forward
you.
to any more sessions like this. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much, Arpita. Thank you. This means so much.
Great. Thanks, Madam Arpita. And this is where we are about to reach the end of the session. I would request Vasant, if you can unmute yourself and on behalf of TMI community, if you can share vote of thanks, please. Vasant, are you there? Seems he has some challenges. Okay, no problem. Kajal, can you do it on behalf of us?
Yes, sir, I would be honored. uh, Thank you so much, everyone who was here, starting with you, Chintan sir, for organizing such a wonderful seminar and this beautiful initiative of every Saturday 5 p.m., which are now booked for all of us for the TMI webinars. Rupam ma'am, for such so simply making us just realize what is happening around us. Like it was very, it wasn't a very it wasn't complicated at all to understand what you were saying. And it's, although we've heard it 1,000 times from people around us that we should not stress and we should do this for stress management and 10 other techniques at every stage in our life. But this perception which you showed was simple, and the first thing that came to my mind was, oh, I can implement this without a lot of effort. So that was really beautiful and insightful from your side. And then thank you for the podcast as well, that you are looking forward with the YouTube channel. I mean, uh, people want solution in simple words, and I think you have that kind of solution with your expertise and your skill set that you possess. And thank you so much, everyone, for coming and investing your time in such a lovely topic and taking back something to implement in life. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
so much.
so much.
Thanks,
I
thanks,
just say a
Kajal.
few words.
Thank you, madam. Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this wonderful group. Murthy, sir, thank you so much. I need to, sir, is always so motivating, you know,
Yes.
and his energy levels, they really inspire you. I have always complimented sir. So, from where do you get so much of energy? Tell me. And always he's on the run. He doesn't walk, he only runs. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I enjoyed doing this session, and I'm glad that I could bring in some positives on the table. Thank you, and I will definitely look forward, Kajal. And I just couldn't retain the name of your friend for
Manav.
the podcast.
Manav.
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 So you can always get in touch with me. My contact details are with Sir, Chintan Sir. You can always take it from them and get back to me. Thanks.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for attending this session. Next week, we are going to have a webinar on mind maps. So, in case if you are yet to register, please go to TMI community webpage and register yourself. There are other interesting sessions in pipeline in the month of October. Quantum compute, 5G, and virtual reality are things in pipeline. There are a couple of other management topics also are being planned. So stay tuned and thank you so much. Have a great evening and great Sunday ahead. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining in. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good day to all of you. Have a wonderful day, week, and month ahead.
Thank you.